going and we'll get this thing going. So we're going to be doing some big stuff today. Some big pots. We'll see how it goes. Brian, what's good, man? We're trimming all the stuff today. We'll see how it goes. I just want to put some music on. I meant to do it before I started, but you know, sometimes it just doesn't work out like that. Luna, kitten, how are ya? Okay, so it's gonna be a little weird trimming today. I'm not gonna lie. I might have to step up on the table. It is cold today. I'm chilled. It was like not cold, but it was 41 last night or something. And it's windy and chilly today. Okay, let's start with the easy one and go from there. I cut these off this morning. Anna, how could I forget? Why have you not sent me the ticket? Actually, there's a very small chance I might be going out to Seattle, Anna, in a couple weeks. I don't know yet. I have to go to California in June, and I might change my flight to visit a friend who's going out to Seattle for a bit, and then I might take her up to Orchid Island, so we might do that. Olive, hey, leave it alone, please. So what's new, Anna? Sydney. I don't even remember it, kid. I assume it was okay. I don't really remember how it went. I'm sure it went fine. I feel like I stopped the stream and I kept throwing. I had to pee really badly, and I think I just ended the stream because of it. I don't really remember what happened yesterday. And then I came back into the studio and I threw a couple cups, but not a ton. So what's new, Sydney? What's going on? Anna, I would have. You never bought the ticket. But yeah, I should be out there. Script, what's up? So this is gonna be the garlic jar. All of the things that we're putting, these big pieces that we're gonna be trimming right now, they're all gonna get holes in them. So this one already has its lid and all that fun stuff. And if they are dry enough, by the time we're finished trimming these big ones, we'll put the holes in, and if they aren't dry enough, we'll trim all the small cups, and then we will put the holes in afterward. How's work? Oh no, it got filtered, whatever you said. Oh, hell yeah, good luck, man. I hope it goes alright. I failed like every single math class I ever took. I failed most of my classes, to be honest. It's a sweet jar, eh? Oh, what are you between a couple books then, Sydney? Anything seeming a little bit more interesting? So Anna, I stream on YouTube now, and then I also stream on TikTok and Instagram, but I'm always on YouTube. It's easier for me to stream over there because I can actually read the comments and things, and they're all always on a different computer, so it kind of just makes life easier. Plus, you usually get a better view over there, or it's a different view. That is really nice. A couple chill days is lovely. Also, you probably have noticed that this thing is not centered, but it's also just Bell Hill Pottery, Anna. Appreciate it, man. Good luck. Yeah, keep me posted. I want to hear about it. Well, there's a better view of me over on YouTube, Anna. Because why not? That's a solid reasoning. Yep. You get a far away angle. It's much better. You actually see me over there instead of mostly just the pot. So I think we're gonna have to stand up on the table. Yeah, it doesn't, because you know, Sydney, it's like centered pots are so overrated. Plus, when you look at the bottom of this, you're not gonna know it wasn't centered. I'll show you guys after it's done. But like, you know, I see people, like a video of them throwing, and it's like the most offset thing I've ever seen in my life. And then they show the final result, and you can't tell the difference. It's like the only reason you can tell anything's off center most of the time is because it's spinning. But if it's not spinning, it's like. Also, these are all for me. It's not like I'm selling these. Well, I might sell the orchid pots, but probably not. I think all the stuff that we're making today is just for me. Oh my god. Happy almost birthday. How old are you gonna be, Anna? Olive, can you please not run after stuff while I'm in here? Awesome. Well, happy almost birthday. That's super cool. That's really coming up. 7 days? Oh my god. Yeah. Yeah. It's like who really cares, you know? If these were for maybe someone... well, I would be, if I'm coming out in, you gotta pay for that ticket, but I'd be coming out in June, if I come out, like the end of June, early July. But it's my cousin's wedding, the end of June, so I'm flying out there. Russell, 100%. Is there somewhere nearby that you can actually sign up for? I think you should. Right, Sydney? Like, who cares about things being centered? That whole, like, perfection thing? Blah. Well, he'd have to be close by. I do offer lessons, Russell, but you have to be in New England. I'm feeling this thing is thick on the bottom. Like, really thick. And not in the good way, you know? And so I have a feeling it's not going to be... Well, whatever. Again, this is for me. Maybe it doesn't matter. Let's pop this off and take a look real quick. See how thick it actually is. Yeah. Exactly, Bodhi. Who gives a crud about perfection? What even is perfection? Yeah, I kind of assume so, Russell. No one lives near me. I live in the middle of nowhere, too. Alright, so, like, if you look at that, like, tell me that's not... I mean, that's pretty much, like, centered, right? Thanks, Anna. Alright, let me shove my hand in there real quick and just feel how thick it is. Oof. You know, okay, you know what? We got a little bit of thickness. I'm in Connecticut, Bodhi. So none of those. Though I've taught workshops in Maine and I went to high school in New Hampshire. So let's give this a little smackadoo. Yeah, well, it also, what is the definition of perfection, right? I think an offset pot is perfect. I think a perfectly straight wall is not perfect. Yeah, Connecticut's nice. It has its moments, it has its things. I live in a really nice spot because I'm in the middle of nowhere. Which means it's great unless I'm trying to get people to take my class. And then I can't because there's no one here. Well, I think it boils down to semantics, Russell, because it's like perfect is a subjective thing, just like art is, right? So everything has its own. It's like the whole what is art thing, you know? It's like it's all subjective. All of it's just circumstantial to that person's own like ideology and aesthetic. Hey, you're still looking at the bad version of me. The nicer version over there is on YouTube. All right. Okay, now I might have to get up on a table. I have to get one leg up, maybe two legs up. I think that limits it. Limits it though, in the sense of like it being boring. Because again, I think perfect to me is undulating and wonky. Keo, what's up? I I struggle, Bodhi, because I'm bad at networking and I am not a social person. So like I don't, I do not go to gatherings. I don't go to art events. I don't do. I like as soon as I have such crippling social anxiety, it's bad. I just can't. I can't do it. And so I'm great one on one with people, but you know. All right, hold on. I'm gonna have to. I appreciate you, Russell. Yeah, I appreciate that, Bodhi. Yeah, I can do it. I mean, I have a bunch of private lessons, and I do teach places, and I could be a lot more successful if I actually was more social. I just refuse. I like someone was trying to get me to go to a like a bicycle meetup the other day, and this is a tall boy, isn't it? I was trying to get me to go to like hang out with other bikers, the bicyclists to go on group things, and I was like, I would love to do that. Thank you for inviting me. The last thing I want to do is bike with other people. Um, it seems that way, Bodhi. Raul, what's up? Yes, exactly, Sydney. It has to be intentional undulation, otherwise, get out of here. Russell, welcome to this side of it. Wallflower? What's a wallflower? Wait, did I say something? I need a little piece of clay that'll stick here, or this thing is just gonna go flying. This is gonna be an orchid pot, by the way, for those who didn't see me make this yesterday or 2 days ago or whatever. We're gonna poke holes everywhere. It's gonna be pretty cool, and we're gonna cut out this giant section right here. I think it'll be good. I appreciate it, Russell. Man, oh man. Dima, what's up? Yo, Ben, I never messaged you. I finished my live and then I biked to Montessori to go teach. And then by the time I biked home, I came back in here and worked more and then I went to bed. So totally spaced. Oh my God, Anna, how are you leaving me already? You were gone for so long. All right, I'm expecting that plane ticket in my mail soon, and I'll come down and visit. Is that what it's called? I've never heard that term before. Yeah, that's me. I'm the person who gets invited to a party and I find the dog, and never talk to anybody. I just have given up going to parties. I love being invited. I appreciate it to no end. I don't want to be there. Um, thank you for inviting me. Never expect me to show up. I might get up on a chair. I don't know. I have a table next to me. I might stand on a table. I do these really. Yes, of course, Anna. A lot of the time I stand up on a table. I have some more interesting videos being up on a table. Oh yeah, can't stop, you know. Again, we don't need to be centered. Centered's for squares. We like a little undulation, a little wobble. Though this one's so thin on the top, whatever. I usually make a different chuck for these, but since the top was wider than normal, I don't feel like it. So, what'd you get up to yesterday, Ben? You might see me there, Anna. I might not tell you I'm there, but I might be there. You might just randomly see me. Oh my God, Peter. Hitting me with the hard questions. I think everything's subjective. I think my pottery is the most beautiful in the world. No, culturally, I don't know, man. Because it's about what you're using it for, right? So like, I really like Gong Fu Cha, so I would, point to Chinese tea culture, but I don't really like Chinese teapots from China, right? But I like the use of them, and I like the size of them, and I like those kind of things. But the pots themselves, I'm not a huge fan of, so it's kind of a hard thing. Yes, Kurt, I can make whatever I want. I'm not going to though. Again, that was good. I like that. Also, I can't believe I still haven't figured out the shipping cost yet. Sorry, I'm clearly not very good at prioritizing things. I just kind of end up doing things and then they happen or they don't. Someone was trying from Singapore was trying to buy that little. Do you guys remember the little frog I made out of silver clay? They've been trying to buy that from me for thanks Peter, for months, and I've wrapped it up. Everything's wrapped up, and I still can't seem to ship it to them. Mostly though, that's a cost issue. I looked up the price for how much it was going to cost that thing to ship to Singapore, and it was going to be weirdly expensive. And they're refusing to pay the expensive stuff, even though that's the only option I have. So I don't really know what to do about that. Later, Bodie. Thanks for hanging out. I did, Anna. I'll be in. Oh wait, why won't I tell you I'm there? I might. You have to message me on Instagram or something because I don't know how to message people on TikTok. I appreciate you. I'm really excited to turn these into orchid pots. I think these are going to be so much more functional than the orchid pot, the double-walled versions of these that we made a couple months ago at this point now. It's going to take a disgusting amount of medium though, which I don't really like because I'm using this really nice medium from Repot Me. If anybody has any orchids and they need good medium, that stuff is really awesome. Repotme.org or something, .com or something, I don't even know, honestly. So this is definitely, as Christina's not here, but she, the other day when we were in here, saying that these seem smaller than the things I usually put in the back, and it's true. I should have to be standing up on a table. That's how it usually is, but these ones are they are smaller. Holes. Holes make an orchid pot an orchid pot. They just want little, you want air to be able to flow through their little tendrils. That's the big one. I can send you, Sydney, if you send me a message on Instagram, I'll send you a photo of my more successful orchid pot that has my happiest plant in it. Honestly, yeah, the pots really matter for orchids. I haven't noticed really a need for a specialized pot for any other plant. It's really just been orchids. Everything else can just be in literally whatever. Yeah. More holes the better, but so we could do, there's two options here. We can do everywhere holes or flower pattern. We could do flower pattern on one and everywhere holes on the other. Actually, that might be cool. Let's do that. Does this one want to have the flower pattern, or do you want the other one with the flower pattern? And just as a reference, this is the other one that we're going to be doing. It's a little bit squatter. So actually, this one's probably better for the everywhere holes. That one's probably better for the... This one seems more elegant. The flowers make more sense to me for some reason. There, Russell. I don't even know what that is. I'm gonna have to Google that. Wait, where's my tool? My TikTok is blocked by my pot, and so I keep missing everybody saying things over there, but that's okay. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too, right? This one will get the flower pattern, the other one will get just holes everywhere. And again, if these don't work, it does not matter. They're both staying with me. I need bigger orchid pots. My orchids are getting quite large, and I need some new pottery for them. So all the garlic one, maybe I'll try to sell the garlic pot, but Parker, this was 2,700 grams. I don't how many, we decided how many pounds was that? Like 6 pounds or something? No, that seems like a lot of clay. Whatever 2,700 grams is. And there's 450 something grams to a pound. No, to be honest, I found like wider squat pots that are open on the top and have a ton of holes. Those are the best. Taller is kind of nice. Here's the deal. When I'm making these, they shrink like 15%, and so this is going to be a little baby pot by the end of it. And yeah. Thanks, Parker. The roots seem to go out, so they actually go out the holes a lot of the time. Mackenzie, how are you? So what's new, Parker? What's going on? Tell me everything. Yep, 6 pounds. Cool, 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 cool. Thank you, thank you. And we can have a little extra heft on the bottom here. Alright, question for you guys. Should I... I'm not going to. I was going to undulate the bottom. I don't think so. Oh, just dandy. It's a great day, you know. Oh, this isn't connected. Gonna go for a hike later. Gonna do some gardening in a little bit. As soon as we're done trimming everything, I got a lot of weeding to do. I just want to preemptively get rid of a bunch of stuff. Weeds are taking over my haskberry. Is it hasp or hask? It's like an elongated blueberry. It's a species of honeysuckle. They're really delicious though. Awesome, Parker, that's awesome. Congrats. I'm sorry that you have to take exams at all, though. That sucks. At the moment, my favorite food is a watermelon, Mackenzie. Thank you. I really appreciate that. How are you, Amanda? Yeah, orchids are tough. So here's the deal. You gotta water them. I water mine once a week. I soak them for 20 minutes, and if they don't have a spike, then I fertilize them. And if they do have a spike, they don't get fertilized. And I do that every single week. And they're going to be really happy when the weather warms up a little bit more and I can get them outside. But we're not quite there yet. Amanda, what's up? Oh my god, so many Amandas. Duh, this is a cone 10 porcelain. I'm going to fire to cone 12 in my... Well, actually, no, this is in the back chamber, so this will only hit cone 10. It's a nice clay from Sheffield. And this one has malachite. It used to be their cheapest porcelain. It's not anymore. It's now like their more expensive one. Hi. Alright. Let's see how thin we are at the base there. I have a feeling there's a bunch of heft here that I don't really want to deal with. So we'll figure it out. I can't shove my hand down here, so we'll have to just kind of. Can I shove my hand? Oh, whoa, ho, ho, hold up. I can shove my hand in there. How are we feeling? It's a little hefty. Let's go a little bit thinner. Just a little bit. So we're making good progress on like just a bunch of stuff. So I'm hoping I'm hoping that we can have a lot of work done, and then we can just, since I'm not going to be putting a lot of my own work into this next firing, we can have a jump start on the August firings. If you want to drink out of this, you're welcome to it. Yo. Hey Ben, you ever make orchid pots? Let's to the side. Okay, this. Let me shove my hand back in here for a sec. Okay, you know, it's a little thick, but I would like some weight on the bottom. So we're fine. Alright, one more of these style, and then we're gonna have like just a flared orchid pot. Man, looks good. That makes everything exciting, Mackenzie. Where do you live again? Where would one find a whiptail lizard? Thanks, Big. Appreciate you. Cool. Nice. Hell yeah. I assume you've gone down to J&L then at some point and checked them out. Ah, that's right, Mackenzie. I think so, Sydney. Needs a little bit of heft. Ooh. Hold up, my little dog needs some water. Here you go, B. Oh no, there's no water here. Oh, I'm sorry, B. We'll get some in a sec. Ugh, God. I know, poor Olive. She's suffering. Granted, the door to the house is open. She could just go upstairs and get some water for herself if she really wanted to. I knew that was gonna happen. Luckily, I don't really care about these. Again, these are my orchid pots. Yo! How are ya? You should get in. And everything you've made. Yeah, you've been making a lot. No, that doesn't sound like that at all, Mackenzie. I know, Raven. I should go get her some water. This is like such a poorly... everything about this is just poorly done. Don't look at me. That's alright. We're off center, we're off whatever. Let me just clean this thing. You know what? Okay, fine. Fine, pot. I'll do an actual chuck. Not this just little makeshift thing. I was trying to avoid doing work, and you know... Alright, fine. Just making me do more work. This pottery stuff. It's so original, Lynn. Yeah, well, these would be for inside, so... No, I don't think that pot likes me either. And that's fine. I don't like it either. Okay. Okay, yeah, but like, I like off-centered, but not off-centered to the point that I can't trim it. That's a little excessive, you know? Oh, what's new? What's happening? What's going on? Exactly, Mackenzie. Let's hope that I actually, like, that's not dry. Yeah, whatever. I don't really care. That's awesome! Come on, did I measure it? No, I didn't. Cool. Love that. Love that for me. What am I doing with my life? Hold on. I'm literally like not even thinking this through completely. This isn't gonna work. So what we're gonna do is close this thing off and just shove it on there and just hope for the best. We'll make a nice high pyramid. That's super exciting. That's so exciting. Oh my gosh. I'm so jealous. So jealous. I can't believe that. That sounds like a blast, honestly. Hold on. Let me open up this. There we go. You know, one of these days I'll learn how to actually do things. What time is that on the East Coast? I'm going for a hike with a friend at 1 o'clock my time. But outside that, I think I'm free, so I can come take a look. Being centered. Do we care? We don't care, right? Tell me we don't care. Please. I need another little piece of clay. Thank you, Mackenzie. Appreciate you. Thank you guys. It's the same time for us? Oh, okay, cool. Okay, I should be able to check that out then, Joel. Oh, I just misread because I just assumed that no one's on the East Coast. I don't know why. God, jeez, this is okay. This is perfectly on center. We did this. Look how look how intentionally centered this is. I can tell everybody is very jealous by my centering skills today. I'm excited to get to all the small cups. I made a bunch of small cups off camera when you guys weren't here. So I was gonna start live again, and then I just didn't do it because I just whatever. This bottom is so screwed up. I'm gonna hate this thing at the end. I guess I could actually center it if I really wanted to. It's gonna take a level of care that I just wasn't really planning on doing today, but okay. It's like weirdly bitey. Hold on, I'm just gonna concentrate for a second, see if I can actually do this. I think I've messed it up so much from just like kind of trimming it with however, but close enough. You know what? Thanks, Raven. You know what the problem is? I clearly don't have enough tea. Did you really? Oh my god, that's awesome. I don't think I own anything that she made. Which, I don't really know how that's possible. But, what a lady. It's always a solution. No, there's never enough tea in the world, but there is enough tea to potentially make something feel better that's super off. We're actually getting pretty close. It's gonna be close enough. Again, it's for me. This is the one with all the holes throughout it, which is gonna make the offset bottom a little bit weirder to do. But we'll try, regardless. Okay, I see what happened. Okay. I threw this one poorly, it seems. And that's okay. I never said I knew how to throw bigger stuff. Yeah? I'd love to just see some of her stuff, just have some recollection of everything. It'd be nice to see. Susanna, what's up? How are you? Okay, maybe I'm just gonna rib this thing out, because I can't get rid of that line. I always forget that you wake up so early. You know what I didn't put into the other one, and I'm gonna have to put it back on, is I didn't put a drainage hole in the very bottom. So we're gonna have to shove the other one back on there in a second. But that's a quick one. I'm really bummed still about this matcha supply shortage, whatever. I bought some matcha the other day from I don't know where, and it's okay. It's like, but it's not the good stuff, and I paid more than the good stuff costs, which is kind of a bummer. I did a video on that, you should watch it and look at my face. Yeah, but you know when you're craving something different for a little bit, just gotta like, do I have a metal rib somewhere? Are you guys stealing my tools? Every time I look away for half a second, someone in here stealing tools. It's crazy. Oh, there it is. Raven, why'd you put this deep into my splash pan? I mean my water bin. Very rude. Not cool. Interesting. Interesting. It's alright. I'll let you slide this time. The matcha that I bought recently? No, it wasn't that bad. I mean, I'm drinking it. I drank it this morning. It was okay. Later, Ben. Thanks for hanging out. Have a good one yourself. It wasn't you this time, Sydney. Definitely Raven. I remember when they threw it in there and I wasn't looking. Okay. Okay, let's take this off, look at it. Oh, wait. I have to put a hole in the bottom before I take this off in case we decide we like it. I also have to pee really badly because I've had too much tea, so let me shove a hole in the top there. Spin this for a second. I'm going to walk away. I'll be right back. I'm just going to pee in the bush. You enjoying your sunny spot? Oh, I should probably take you guys off. I have it, M. Can you elaborate on this one? Yeah, Nick, it's driving me crazy too, but you know, it is what it is. Ken, I don't believe you. Alright, I'm gonna just poke a hole in the bottom here, see how thick we are. Go from there. Oh, that hole's too big. What am I doing? That is true. I honestly should. Well, I'm not that shocked that Confused Old Man came back a second time. I was about to say it was, but all those people always come back. If you don't play into their, or you just give it right back to them, they become a lifelong supporter of yours. And then they stop being so toxic. It's just the first time they come in, they try to be like antagonistic and all that. And then if you just give them shit back, they stop acting like that and just are there all the time. That's what I've noticed over the years. Interesting. I'm gonna have to check that out. Is there a good source for that, M? Yeah. Yeah, they just mostly just want someone to like talk to. All right. You know what I'm thinking too? So do we undulate the foot on this one? We're gonna undulate the foot on this one. We're gonna go crazy. And maybe this will help with the distortion. Okay, now here's the question though. Do we change this one? Is this now the one that has flower patterns on it? Because it has the motion and everything and has undulation. Does it actually make more sense for this to be the flower one, the other one to be the holy one? And I'm kind of leaning towards that. Does that sound good? I think so too. I think we needed it. And yeah, I think we are gonna do the other one is the holes everywhere, and this one will be flower pattern. All right, let's see what we're thinking. Yeah, agreed. I think that makes more sense for this particular piece. Okay. Right? Let me see how thin it actually is. Get this arm all the way up in there. Oh, we're pretty good. Okay, you know what? I don't hate it. All right, let's poke a hole. Poke a hole in this one, then we'll put a line. in it, which will be our indicator of um, our indicator for the holes that we're going to be putting into it. This one's going to take like 25 minutes to poke all the holes out, so I hope you guys are ready for that. It might take longer, honestly. Get my finger in there. Ooh, that is not good. That is thinner than I thought it was. Oh no. Well, whatever. That'll be fine. Okay, so this has to be more centered. Well, it doesn't have to be great. So I'm going to put the line here. The lines won't be perfect, but it'll give me an indicator, just a good indication of what I need to do. Okay, so the last one we need to trim that's big is the just like kind of like a planter, and this one can just go directly on the back because this isn't wide enough. And this is going to get flower patterns because I don't feel like doing two that are going to have holes everywhere. That's going to take too long because I want to get the rest of the other stuff done as well. Also, if you guys don't follow Ben, who was talking here earlier, his whole business is flower pots. He's been very successful at it. Yeah, I didn't. I'm indifferent about this one. Yeah, this is gonna be still an orchid pot. I have a specific orchid in mind for this one that's outgrown all of my other orchid pots. So. At some point today, I also have to remake. So remember, there's like a tea bowl for someone that they're gonna come and essentially just do a big expensive paint your own thing with me. The one that I made for him, we blew out the bottom. I tried to repair it. The bottom blew out again, and so I have to remake it for him. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna work for you in that if that's your plant strategy. They're too needy. Though they're so worth it if you like flowers, just because you have flowers for months constantly in there. It's really nice. I mean, I love to have flowers year round in my apartment, but I'm against cut flowers. I'm not a fan. totally fair. And then I'm having porcelain just dropping into my tea left and right. Extra flavor. Also, just because I feel like I should probably do that and do this. Boop. Okay. Is it really? I don't remember you saying that. When did you tell me that? How much was consumed? What was the deal? What was the situation? Okay. Yeah, don't abuse it. Gotcha. Fascinating. Clay's cool. Okay, let's get to the mind-numbingly boring, consuming part. We're gonna start poking holes. Gotcha. Alright, we're going flower pattern on this one. So I'm not going to be super whatever about where I start or how many I'm doing or how close they are together. I like the holes, clearly, otherwise I wouldn't do it so much, but maybe I'll turn it so you guys can actually see what I'm doing. It seems like double-walled pots have been really catching on recently, and everybody's doing really cool things with them, and I'm still just doing holes. And I'm contemplating doing some other things, but it's like we've tried all the other things. We've done squares, we've cut out big cutouts, we do other things. The big thing is that my kiln gets so hot, if the holes aren't condensed or at least have some kind of structure to them, the pieces collapse and they just doesn't really end up very well. And so like one of the main reasons I still do holes, and that's like the main kind of thing, is that structurally they are moderately stronger than just like big cutouts. But it would be nice to experiment. Everybody kept for years was telling me to do different shapes. And it's like, I should have listened for the sake of my business, and I didn't. But you know, it is what it is. There's still time. Yeah, I like this pattern. I remember when I first started doing these flowers, people were not thrilled with them. Um, I think people generally like the holes everywhere more than this, from what I can tell. I know, people have no taste. I've known that for years. Everybody's wrong except for me. I should listen more. Good, I appreciate you. I like them too. Yeah, I get that. Thanks, Carly. It's a ton of work, and I was really, I mean, now that I'm charging a lot more for these double wall pieces, it would make sense, but these you can just get from Sheffield Pottery. They come in a pack of 3, and each side is different. So you can have a bunch of variations in sizes. Highly recommend them. It's like $8. I can send you the link if you send me a message on Instagram asking for it if you can't find it. Highly recommend. I used to just use a piece of cutout pipe. These are just a million times better. I should buy a new set of these. And if you do get them, wrap something around it. So I use just painter's tape because that's what I had. But wrap something around it because it's going to cramp up your hand if you start doing holes like this. Ah, that's right, that's right. It'll just remind me. I check my emails like once a week, so I'm slow to it, but so it's our last week at tennis, and I'm bummed because yeah, teaching, blah blah blah. The reason I really like the tennis gig is that it forces me to bike to work every day, and I don't have much incentivication to bike long distances unless I really. I'm only looking once a week because of tennis, and I need to make sure I don't miss the kids' matches and stuff. Otherwise, I don't. I'm a once a month checker, and I only look for the top couple of emails, and then I get bored and I walk away. So, if you emailed me in the beginning of that month, tough luck. I'll never see your email. I need more tea, but I can't put this down. All right, well, whatever. I'm just gonna get into my nice little squat. Lynn, welcome back. That's awesome. How was school for him today? Was it nice? Was it fun? Was it thrilling? There's orchid pots that I see that have big lines down them, and I really dislike the look of them. It's to open up the air, obviously, but... So there's this really cool orchid place kind of close to me called J&L Orchids. And years ago when I would go down there and buy orchids all the time, they would ask for me to like bring orchid pots to sell and stuff like that. And I would love to do that kind of stuff, but I just can't. The pricing just doesn't make any sense. If I was doing like electric fire stuff, it's one thing. So Ben, who's saying that he does orchid pots and sells a lot, I'm quite sure he's still doing. I mean, I could be wrong, but he was last time I saw it doing terracotta, unglazed, stuff. And if I did it like that, I could sell stuff like crazy for very little money, and the overhead is whatever. But there's much extra work, and so when I quote a price for something, even if it's a discount for them to make money on, they'll never sell it. It's kind of a bummer, but maybe I have to just start doing more like electric fired earthenware stuff to make actual more money that way. So thanks, Lynn. Do you? Let's see how much I have on this phone. This is I have, oh, this phone, I guess I just delinked it, but this one only has 9,000 unread messages. I'm not even close to you. What is this? This is going to be a sweater, but it hasn't quite taken shape yet. I'm hoping that it does by the end of putting all these holes in, but I'm not quite sure. I'm going for like a half sweater, so it's gonna be like kind of like a crop toppy shoulder thing that's gonna go like this. It's gonna look pretty cool. Thank you, Sydney. So what I will say too is if you, a hat would be cool. I mean, this could be a hat. Have you seen those like old Japanese hats that they look like just like a woven basket like this, just on your head? Now let's flip this thing right side up. What set are we talking about? These ones are sold out? Really? I'm shocked. That being said, I tell people to buy them constantly, so I'm not entirely surprised by that. People only listen to me when it's things that I don't have affiliate links for buying stuff. That seems to be a very common occurrence. It's like I can't get anybody to buy anything I have a link for, but I can get people to buy things that I can't make money from. Yeah, I know, right? And you know what I stupidly do is I always like promote things aggressively that I use a lot and then forget to buy them myself, and then when I have to go, like I'm in need and I go to buy them, they're always sold out. I was doing this for a frozen pizza that I found the other day, and I was just telling everybody I knew that they was like, this is the best pizza I've ever had. The last like 4 times I've gone to the market, it's been sold out. I regret telling people. I have to stop telling people about things that I like. Yeah, sure. That's amazing, but that's a hell of a lot lighter. I'm not opposed to trying a ceramic hat. We could do it. Why not? I might even put this on my head after we're done, just to see how it looks. We could totally, actually, now that I think about it, we could totally do that. I think that'd actually be pretty cool. But I want it to something that I would actually use. No, I only have very low IQ, and so I can't make anything with a big IQ, you know? I wish I could, but it's just out of my pay grade. You could make me something, though, with your big IQ. I accept gifts of all sorts. Why porcelain? I mean, it would definitely, you would want to make it out of porcelain for the strong structural integrity, but I can get stoneware just as thin as my porcelain. It just doesn't have the translucent look, so you can't tell it's quite as thin. But porcelain is stronger, so it makes more sense. I know. I literally went to go get a pizza yesterday, and it was out. You can't get stone. So stoneware can get just as thin as porcelain. I don't really, I've heard that a lot from people who always tell me that, like, if you want thin stuff, it has to be porcelain. I don't really understand. Um, I don't really understand it. The only problem with the translucency is it would not work very well as a hat. Nice. The problem, my problem with that is I actually don't like pizza enough to justify making it. Like, I wanted to make a pizza oven. I'm like, why am I doing this? I don't eat pizza. Gabby, oh my god, I'm great now. How are you? Okay, let's clean out all these holes. We'll try it on as a hat, just for fun. And then we'll clean it. We'll clean it with our sponge, and we'll let this sit to the side. And then we'll do it with the other ones. And I think when we start up the next trimming, good, glad to hear. That's a good point. That's a solid point, Raven. Flatbread pizza sounds really nice. All right, well, maybe we work on a hat soon. After we trim all of our stuff. Wait, what time is it? It's 11 o'clock. I have to leave here at 12:40 to make it to the hiking spot. well, we'll have time to trim stuff. We won't have time to. I do want to take like a short break after we finish. Well, maybe we won't have time actually. Holes are gonna take us a hot minute, so. That sounds great. That sounds wonderful. All right, you ready? We're gonna do a little hat demo. I won't be able to see. I'm gonna take off my glasses for this, so you guys are gonna have to tell me how good I look or not in it. Okay. Huh? Huh? Morning. How are ya? Huh? How do I look? Okay, I can't keep it on there. It's feeling like it's expanding. Was it a good look? Good. I'm feeling like we're looking pretty good in there. I mean, that's pretty sweet, right? Okay, alright, we have to do it now. Okay, cool. Cool. I like this. What is the brand, Gabby? Alright, let's clean this guy up from the inside first and then the outside. Doesn't have to be perfect because I kind of like the holes being all over the place. Okay, that was silly. Thanks, June. I'm glad you guys were into it. I mean, honestly, I couldn't see. I'm gonna have to rewatch the video. I could have had my contacts and my glasses on. I didn't realize that it wasn't gonna dip down lower. But I do like the idea of the hat being like a little bit like way smaller and flatter. I ordered myself new sponges, which I'm very excited about. This one is falling apart. Okay. Okay, here's orchid pot number 1. No clothes. Okay. Interesting. Okay, Gabby. Thank you. Alright, there's number 1. Let me put this to the side. Start on the next one. Okay, this is going to be the super time-consuming one, so let's get this one done now. Okay, wait, hold on. I can't mentally do this without tea. Also, we need to cut out the big opening for where the orchid's going to go. Gotcha. Well, I'm glad you have some that are good. A bad sponge is not fun. Okay, so this is the idea I have for whatever. So the orchid's gonna be growing out the side here, which means like a huge swath of this has to be cut out. So what I want to do is do this part first. So I'm thinking all of that gets cut out. Maybe even more. All of that gets cut out. What do we think? This is 100% going to warp in a really weird way. But maybe that's a cool thing. I just don't, they were way too small the last time I did this, like unusably small. And I was so bummed because I loved the idea so much. And, you know. Oh, no. I 100% knew we were going to have structural holes and collapsing pots and stuff like that. But again, these are for me. I really wanted to try something different. This one's 100% going to be horribly structurally unsound and all that. But this is different because it was the design of the piece. That's pretty cool, right? So, yeah, right? Okay, so now this is going to be the laborious, time-consuming thing. We're going to poke holes throughout this entire thing and a lot of the top part here. So, we're probably going to have holes go through the entire piece. I don't know if I'm mentally prepared to do this. Oh, God, hold on. I need another sip of tea. Yeah, this one I know is going to collapse. It's like slightly different than the other ones. The other ones I would spend so much time with and then they would collapse in a way that I didn't really want them to collapse. So. Thank you, June. Danny, is that you? And I'm just like brain dead right now? I don't have any of the whistles down here, but yeah, there are 3 on my website if you take a look. Or 2 on my website, I think. I put them all up on there. Later, Puddle. I don't keep any of my work in my studio. It all gets transferred to a storeroom because I don't have like a place to sell in person, so. Oh my goodness. That's always exciting. Always exciting. Keeps you on your toes. What a funny word. Ken, what time is it there for you? Gotcha. Oh my god, Orange. How are you? How's the rest of the day been? Okay, hold up. I need to, this is gonna hurt my wrist too much. I need to bring this up higher. Where's my banding? I have a little, like, really crummy banding wheel somewhere. Hold up. I have this double wall teapot over here, by the way, but if anybody's in the area and you want it, you can come pick this up for me. Little double wall for freezies. Ah, yeah, that makes sense. Oh, it's going great. We're working on some orchid pots today. But yeah, I have this cool kind of like double-walled teapot that we made a long time ago. Not so long ago, with a big cutout. Speaking of big cutouts. It stuck to the shelf, and so it made it S-crack, so there's silicon carbide stuck to it. If anybody wants a free teapot, and you live close-ish by, you're welcome to it. I just don't want to ship it. Okay. I wish those Shimpo banding wheels weren't so expensive. I don't use banding wheels enough to justify the price, but I would love to have one. I'm sure they're more expensive than the last time I looked, but they were like 120 bucks the last time I checked. It's 11:11 there right now? Oh, it's 11:12 here, Gabby. I missed it by a minute. Yeah, right? They're weirdly expensive. I mean, maybe that's not. I don't know. I can't justify it. I know. That's somehow my TikTok just got restricted because I was selling something that was inappropriate. That's crazy. The TikTok's unhinged. I'm so bored of it. It's like, that being said, if I put this in my mouth, they restrict me. But you guys can barely even see me over on TikTok, and now everybody's, yeah, whatever. I don't even care. That's like, just, it's so silly. Yeah, exactly. Well, but there is this like, I wish it could go higher, you know? That's the. Yeah, right, Gabby? But, oh well, that's fine. Sure. Med, do you have a banding wheel of some sorts? It honestly is. Literally, I'll put this in my mouth like this, and they think I'm like peddling drugs or something. It's crazy. Like, it takes 5 seconds of me doing that, and it's just so much easier to put in my mouth and like put it down. I remember when we were streaming on TikTok more, I had to constantly be putting this down. Right, Kinnan? It's like it's a hole punch. Come on, TikTok, do better. It doesn't seem like YouTube cares, so that's nice. At least they don't tell me. Maybe they do care and they just restrict it, but they don't say anything. I don't know how it works yet. Yeah, exactly. I get this out of the way, then it doesn't look like anything. God. So dumb. I'm really excited for this. I hope it doesn't completely warp and die. Like I'm expecting this. I'm expecting when it fires this will collapse forward. I'm just hoping it doesn't collapse forward so much that it's unusable. But I'm like really excited for this. I have the perfect orchid for it too. A lot of my orchids, like I said, are getting too big, and I've been needing some bigger stuff. Oh really? Oh no. Uh, how much did that cost you, Amanda? The thing is, if I get back into holes, I really do love this banding wheel. So, yeah, orchids are the best. Flowers all the time. Yeah, it's. I know. I know. I've seen much more intense stuff than this. What's the weather supposed to be like for you, Gabby? Or what's the forecast saying it might be? Granted, who knows what the forecast is ever going to be anymore because we don't have any weather balloons in the atmosphere anymore. June, you have a favorite orchid? I'm not good with names. Oh my god, Bronco. You're so good to me, dude. Every time. You come in here, spoil me with compliments, and then disappear like the ghost you are. It's very eluding, very sensual. Does it for me. Wait, what time is it? I do have to keep an eye. It's okay, 11:18. We are 100% not going to have time to trim the cups that we made in this video. But as soon as I'm back from my hike, I will trim those pieces. It's probably for the best. My computer is going to die pretty soon anyway. Oh, no, it's not. I lied. It's a blatant lie. It's not even close to dying. For some reason, I just assumed it was going to because it feels like it dies really quick when I'm streaming with you guys. I'm not really sure why. Maybe I'm just having so much fun, the time's flying by. Did I just screw up? No. Oh, we're okay. Are we okay? Okay, that was stupid of me. Should not have done what I just did, but it worked out. Okay, first off, I never said that I lied to you guys. I was only factual all the time, even if I say that I lie. They're factual lies. The kids that I teach are so over me. they're so over my positivity. They hate it. They'll like lose the match, and I'll be like, "You did great," and they're like, "Will, stop lying to me." They get so mad at me. Yes. Yeah, Bronco, I've been a weatherman for the last 22 years. This is just a side gig of mine. Just occasionally like to poke holes in some pottery. You know, living the life. Rainy all week. I do. There's people who've been talking to me on, I've been like Instagram friends with for a million years, and they like just found out that I teach, like yesterday, and they were all confused, like surprised to hear that I teach people things. It doesn't, it makes sense to me because everybody would look at me and be like, how would this guy ever teach anybody anything? So it does check out. I understand their confusion. But I do think it's a little funny. All right, we're making progress. I do like when they are like, some of them are in, some of them are out. It actually is a cool look. I've fired pieces like that before. I see. 250? Sorry, Amanda. You guys are blocked by my piece as I'm working, so I haven't been able to see. Yeah, purple is a beauty. Oh my God, Aaron, thank you. Appreciate you. Gabby, where are you located? I think it's supposed to rain for the rest of the week here as well, which is a bummer. This is the last week I'm teaching tennis, and yesterday was beautiful for our match, but apparently Wednesday is just supposed to be like just storms as soon as we start. And we have 2 separate matches, so an away and a home, so I'm hoping the away gets canceled and then the home stays so I can hang out with the kids there. I was going to go drive the bus to the away match. To be honest, I would rather stay with the home match, not because I dislike driving and everything, but the kids need a little bit more emotional support, the ones that are having our home game. And so I would kind of like to be there for them, but that's okay. Gotcha, that's probably what it was, but still, I wouldn't be surprised if it was 250. Like the kids on this away match, they're good. They don't really need the emotional uptick. But whatever. It doesn't matter. It'll be great no matter what. The tennis team this year is 28 kids, Gabby. So quite a few. Can you send me a picture of that? I'm curious to see what that would be, if you can find one. That's very cool. I like both for different reasons. You know, I like teaching a bunch of stuff. Um, here's what it really boils down to. It boils down to the person who is taking the class. Like if it's a kid, a lot of the time they don't actually want to be anywhere. You know, it's like their parents have forced them into a class. So it's really about the kid and their parents, if it's children. And then for adults, it's very mixed. I'm, to be honest, at this point, I'm more like an art therapist than I am pottery teacher. It's mostly just like us talking about everybody's day and just making sure everything's okay. And you know, we make pottery, but it's more just kind of like a way to talk about things that can't be talked about elsewhere while doing something. So nice, Gabby. Yeah, it's not too bad. It's so if anybody wants some pottery lessons, then just talk about their feelings while they make pottery. Hit me up. It's kind of what it all is now at this point. And we talked about it many times, and I've said this many times. But I'm essentially just like an emotional support, positive reinforcement teacher. And everything is great all the time. I'll never say anything's ever wrong, but I will make corrections, but I will never say anything is wrong ever. I will just talk about things that we could do differently. But nothing is ever wrong because there is no wrong, because there's always a million different ways to do anything. But I always talk about what we could change or talk about, or why did you do something this way, and we can kind of figure out why things are happening. And so you can come to the conclusion, and then maybe see where I'm coming from without being told that's not right, you know? So that's kind of how I teach everything. That's plants, that's pottery, that's tennis, that's snowboarding, that's whatever I'm teaching. Oh man. Interesting, I just screwed up. Why did this break right there? Fascinating. That's not good. I just screwed up an edge real bad. Oh, well, I think we can patch it though. Right? I think it's the way to do it. But I think just teaching anything, it's just, you know, there's a million, yeah. That's why I get a little bit annoyed when I see videos saying, like, how to do things, and this is how you do it. Not how I do it, this is how you do it. This is how it's supposed to be done. That hurts a little bit to watch because it's just not true. There's a billion ways to do something, and telling someone that they only have one option is kind of crazy. is there's always other options. You can always do something differently. You can always leave that option behind if it's not working out. I'm realizing this is more of a metaphor about life in general than just pottery. I'm not realizing, suddenly realizing it, but as I'm saying it, I'm realizing that, whatever, it doesn't matter. Thank you, Gabby. Yeah, experimentation's where it's at. And learning from experience is a million times better. So I can tell someone what to do, but that doesn't mean that they're going to do it. And even if they do it, they don't know why they're doing it. And it's going to take longer to learn. Where's the seam on this one? I have no idea where we attached the seam. Was it? Yeah, I don't know where we put the top part of this one on. Maybe right here, because it gets a little bit thicker in this area, so maybe this was the top. Luna, what's good? I think it applies for everything, now that we're just talking about it, you know? You know what? I'm really actually enjoying throwing with a nail, but you have to know how to throw first before you can throw with a nail. But I really like the results that you can get. Packing? Where are you going? Did you say you were going on a trip somewhere? I don't recall. Oh, that's right, with the boyfriend. That's exciting. I didn't realize it was that soon. Man, does your boyfriend need a boyfriend? Is he gonna pay for me to go to South Korea? Yeah. That 100% makes sense, Sydney. Man, I did not do well in any class that required me to write a paper. Everybody loved how I talk, and they were like, just talk how you write, and I would do, or write how you talk, and I would do that, and then they'd be like, here's a C. Every single time. I was like, come on, what do you want? Help me. I don't know what to do. That's awesome. Have fun. That's gonna be great. What are you guys doing there? How long are you going for? Tell me everything. Oh my god, I just got restricted again. That's crazy. I just got restricted again on TikTok. The second time in a row. It unrestricted me for 30 seconds and then re-restricted me. What did I do? Like truly. What could I have possibly have done? Yeah, that makes sense, Raven. Yeah, whatever. TikTok, I just like, I'm so over it. I don't even think I've been putting this in my mouth, have I? And I don't think TikTok. Can you guys even see me when I put it in my mouth? I can't see you guys ever. That's crazy. It's the sensual sexy pots, exactly. That's what it must be. Because that's the only I am. Just constantly in timeout over there. Jeez. Whatever. I'm over it. I just think it's funny. What was your book about, Gabby? It's Sydney, exactly. The pot has too much curvilaciousness to it. Very cool, Gabby. I should head back out to Maine. It's so pretty. I think Princess is also in Maine. I feel like there's a lot of you guys that are in Maine. All right, should we go any higher? Should we go all the way to the top? We should probably keep going, right? We should keep going. I think that'd be cool. The problem is it's starting to get a little dry. It's getting a little sketchy for me to do this. I guess I'll just go until it becomes less sketchy. You know? I feel like this video has been just mostly me putting holes into this thing. And I realized that on this side, the gap is a little bit big. And so what I'm probably going to do is cut this line again a little bit closer. What's crazy is that once we get this part done, we're only halfway done on these holes on this particular pot. Whose idea was this? Sydney, was this your idea, doing holes everywhere? Later, kitten. Thanks for hanging. That's right, you were telling me about that. Okay, cool. Cool, 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 cool. Can I bring a dog to Acadia? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Whatever, Sydney. Thanks, Gio. Oh? Oh, is that true, Raven? Okay. I am 100% going to ask more details at some point. I appreciate that. Because I really wanted to go up to Maine. You want us to stop, Gabby? I kind of like the idea of going all the way to the top. Because I kind of like the idea of there being holes over this section right here. Is that crazy? Hold on, you guys have to just stare at this again. I have to pee again. I had too much to drink. Okay, I have a question for you guys. Okay, cool. Cool. I love the sound of all of this. Okay, cool. Question. So I have a clay tour. This is completely off topic, complete tangent. I have a clay tour every October. I have a couple guests that come. They show work with me. The people come. We have 9 studios. There are 31. There are 31 people on the tour itself. My question to you is that if you guys came to this and I had a bunch of clay and a wheel set outside and you were allowed to just have at it, throw away, to your heart's content, would that be interesting? You're just allowed to, I'll just have free clay. I was given about 600 pounds of cone 6 clay that needs to be reconstituted. She let get to bone dry. I can easily reconstitute it in a day or two. Do you think people would like that? Do you think anybody would even pretend to do it? Also, I'm gonna keep going because I'm a glutton for masochistic tendencies, Gabby. It does? Okay, cool. I raffled off a wheel a couple of years ago. I've given away kilns during this thing, and I don't have anything to really give away this time, but I thought maybe people could just make stuff, and if they liked it, they could pay like a small fee, and I could just electric fire it for them at some point. I had a raffle. It was $20, and you could win a potter's wheel. Only like 40 people signed up for it. It was not even, and it was such a good odds to actually win the raffle. It was $20 a ticket, and it was the first original Brent wheel ever. It was ever built, um, and like, so I was just shocked how few people entered. So essentially, you can just come look at my studio, look at my other guests in my studio, and buy pottery. The problem is that I've set up one of my guests in like a primo spot. And everybody thinks it's his studio because he's an older guy, and they're like, "Oh, it must be his place." So it's kind of a weird thing. Awesome, 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 awesome. Thank you, Raven. I really appreciate it. I would like to come up to Maine in this summer. I think I can't. It probably wouldn't be until July, because you remember I told you guys I'm not going to be doing my international trip this year. I don't think I almost bought a ticket to to go to Scotland, but I think I'm not going to do that this year. I think I'm gonna um, stay in the States. Because I want Dog to be involved this year. Yeah. Okay, cool. I like the idea too. Um, and maybe it's a good way to promote lessons. I would like some more private students. Oh, this is gonna be my last row, by the way. It's too tough. If I go one row up, the whole thing is gonna break in half. Later, Keo. Thanks for hanging. Also, I think I'm gonna take this trip out to. Going out to California in a couple weeks, and I think, like I said, I might change my flight on my way home and just go up to Seattle and hang out there, and then go up to Orcas Island for a little bit, just to That'll be my like travel-y trip without Olive, and Olive and I will do our own adventure. It's really nice. I'm not nice. I'm probably gonna get out of Seattle immediately, though. The person that I would like to see is gonna be staying in Seattle, so I'm not planning on staying too long, but I have to just see what her deal is first. That did something I did not want, but that's okay. Alright, we're gonna get sketchy for a second. It does. There used to be this really cool tea house that I would go to. It was just this dude's house, and he had this really, really good purple puer that I used to buy. You'd like go up into his into his attic, and he had like jars of tea up there. Oh, Gabby, that's like that's a really good idea. That's like $5, super cheap. Thank you. That I didn't honestly didn't even think about that. That's a really, really great idea. I know, I can't get an appointment to get a real ID. I have my passport though. That's so cool, Raven. Exactly, Sydney. Okay, let's poke out these holes, and then we'll do the bottom half. And we're not gonna have enough time to do. We're not gonna have enough time to do anything else outside this one. And we'll poke out the holes for the other ones. Later. Yeah, we're getting to the real poking aspect of these hole poking. So let me make sure this person I'm going on a hike with is actually still game for this. Because it'd be a bummer if I was like rushing and she decided that it was like actually like we need to change the time or something. Nope. Sounds like 1 o'clock. Okay. I'm glad you guys have been finding this part somewhat interesting. I'm like psyched on this piece. But it's definitely, the whole punching part is very time consuming. This is gonna be a cool working pot though. I'm pretty psyched. These holes do not have to be clean or anything. I'm not going to worry about that. For an orchid pot, I actually kind of like that when they're a little bit... Thank you. I have not. That's not how my brain would work, and I'm worried that if I ever started doing that, I would always count, and I don't want to do that. You guys are welcome to count for me as we go, but I've never counted the holes before. All I know is we have a metric ton of these little dots every time. That was not a good break. Damn. Oh yeah, we're only halfway done here. We're gonna go all the way down. But before we do that, I'm gonna cut if I can. Please don't break. Please don't break. Is counting a vampire thing with holes? Oh yeah, June. For sure. I'm really liking how this one's coming out. I'm kind of hoping that this, because it's holy, this might slump and it might combat this part falling this way. It might shift down and in a little bit, but I'm hoping this slumps down a little bit so it doesn't go out super hard that way. Actually, hold on one sec. I'm gonna wrap up the other two because they're just sitting here drying out. And if they dry out too hard, we won't be able to actually put holes in these later. I definitely have to wrap. Oh god, all my cups, but we can do that right at the very end. Okay, let's start the second half. Oh god. They don't really interest me, to be honest. Well, maybe I have, I don't know. I can't say that I have never done it. I've made a lot of pottery. I can barely remember what I've actually done, so I'm sure I have done something, but I didn't stretch today yet. It's messed up. I will later. I finally got a good hour of stretching in before I biked to work yesterday. I felt so much better. My legs weren't screaming at me on the way home. Ah, I see. I'm learning things right now, Raven. I like this. Yeah, that's awesome. I'm glad you're enjoying them. It's fun to switch things up. It's fun to do different things. I've made a bunch of like sculptures with faces in the past, but it's been a minute. Which part? Which part, Gabby? All of it? I'm glad we're just doing flower patterns on the rest of them. I don't know how I used to do this for all of my pottery. Like my thumb hurts. Ah, yeah. I do love stabbing a good pot, though. For all my, I used to do a ton of double wall pottery, and this was for every single double wall piece. Thanks, Gabby. I know, but as for a functional orchid pot, we really need to put holes all the way through. I have a luminary that was very similar to this, where it was the same form, same everything. This was narrower, same shape, but I only put the holes down to this point that we're stopping at now, and then you have the luminary part on the inside shining up through the holes. which was pretty cool. I don't know how many, like, tens of thousands of these little stupid holes I've made in my life. These and wadding. Actually, I would take this over wadding. I need to make a big batch of wadding. There's a bunch of stuff I need to get done before this wood firing conference happens. I just want to get it all done like weeks in advance, which is... Man, my thumb is really cramping up. I might have to switch to my left hand. But let's just go for a little bit longer. Risk it. Yeah. Oh, that's easy. The top part, when I was poking the holes up here, that was much more sketchy than that part. I don't know if we're gonna have time to finish putting out the holes on this one piece. Okay. What's up, little dog? So we're gonna go hunt for pink lady slippers today. A friend of mine has never seen a pink lady slipper before. And it's our native orchid. It's also endangered, or I don't know if it's actually endangered, but it's definitely protected. So you can't pick them or anything, but they're very cool. They're biannual. So the spot that we're going into should have a few, but I don't know the plethora of. Because last year, I felt like I saw, well, actually this year might be the better year. Last year it was kind of like hit or miss for the orchids I saw. But They look like, I don't know if you guys are familiar with pink lady slippers, but they look like a pink testicle just hanging from like one stalk. And they're in bloom from like May to June, kind of like late, mid-June. Thanks, Mo. Appreciate you. Yeah, they're really awesome. There, Gabby. Thanks for hanging. Yeah, right? If you haven't seen one, I'll post one to my Instagram stories later today. I'd be shocked if I didn't find one. I've seen one pretty much every time I've gone out hiking for the last 3 weeks. I saw a fat one yesterday. Like, this thing was like, you know, a bull testicle size, you know? There's a really cool Thai one that is white that you can buy, but again, they're biannual. I don't really want a lady slipper. I've seen black ones too, which are really pretty. But yeah, biannual. I don't want that. I want flowers all the time, not once a month, every 2 years. Okay, but it fits, right, Raven? I mean, I don't think there's a better descriptor for a lady slipper than a testicle. I was about to go into a pretty unhinged story about some dude's testicles. Is this the place for this? It was part of the. Am I about to say it? Just a little context, and then you can tell me if you want me to or not. Well, no one's in here. I figured this is the time to do it. But it was part of the like Portland naked bike ride. I can go on if you'd like me to. Yeah, they're really cool though, aren't they, Raven? That's cool. How do you get the certification? I'm curious about that. Thanks, June. Haha, yay. All right, that's all I needed. Oh, Peanut, I appreciate you, dude. God, it's so good to me. I love when people come in here and just compliment and tell me how good everything looks. Oh, here, let me unhide the comment for everybody else. Boop. Look at that guy. Look at that sweet boy. Too late. It's happening. Just, you know, it's naked bike ride. Everybody's naked, biking around, doing their thing. This dude, the grapefruit, like straight up. This big, June. They're massive. And the dude would just make aggressive. He would just stand there, just flaunting off these like grapefruits, and he would just make aggressive eye contact with you if you ever looked. And you know what? I'm gonna tell you right now, they were hard not to look at. It was a medical anomaly. I've never seen it before. Had to stare. You know, dude was flaunting his balls. You know, had to check him out. Anyway, that was my one time that I've done such a thing. It's not a good story. It's not like, but it's not like a bad story. It's just like it's a neutral story. It's kind of like what Peanut's tone is like. Just kind of bleh, boring. Not trolling enough. Good, June. I'm glad you liked it. Yeah, it didn't seem great. Um, Clearly something was wrong, but you know, who am I to say anything? I'm sure he knows that that is not normal. Oh, I don't know if they still are, Sydney, but Portland and Seattle had a naked bike ride. Um, I never did it because I don't like being in crowds, and the thought of being around like just a bunch of like gross naked people, just like not being able to escape, sounded awful to me. So I've actually never participated. Um, a friend of mine was running an event there though, and so I was helping him out, just getting people water and things like that, and then I bailed. Exactly, that's messed up because, like, you know, here's the thing. What if that guy surgically had his balls look like that? You know, I mean, like that wasn't a medical thing. He implanted them and he liked it. Who am I to say that to him? You know? Pat, how are you? Oh my God, Sharp. How'd everything go yesterday? I didn't hear from you. I assume that was a good thing. We were just talking about some guy's balls. Nothing special. You know, just the normal conversations we had on this page. Yeah. What have you been up to? Exactly. Yeah, it's all over the place, Raven. Oh, I don't know. I don't remember why we were talking about it. I'm not really sure what the context was for me to even bring it up. But I did. Oh, because we're talking about lady slippers and how they look like testicles. That's why. That's right. Gotcha. Are you okay? Are you feeling all right? Oh, ooh! Looks like my friend who we're going on a hike with is gonna be an hour, so we get a little bit more time in the studio together. You know, Raven, maybe they were custom made for the guy. You know, who am I to judge what someone's gonna do with their body? Um, we're making orchid pots today, Pat. This is gonna be a big vase orchid pot. And so your orchid's going to get shoved in there, hopefully grow at the top, hopefully grow at the sides, that kind of thing. Yeah. What is that, Sharp? I've never heard of that before. Let me write that down real quick because I'm not going to remember it. I'm gonna read into that when I after this a little bit more. And is there anything you can do to help with that? Thanks, Aki. Appreciate you. Sounds good, Pat. Appreciate you coming in at all. Yeah, I have my computer with me. Makes my life a hell of a lot easier. I'm trying to always bring it down here, but the thing is, I always forget to bring the charger, so sometimes it just, dies on us. But it's here right now. Three phones and a computer going right now. I wish my other phone would let me log into Instagram or TikTok, because I would stream on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube at the same time if that was possible. But for some reason, my old phone won't log me in anymore. It just immediately logs out. I'm really excited for these orchid pots. I needed some new orchid pots in my life. I think these are going to be really lovely. I have one orchid that I absolutely adore. It just finished flowering, so it's a good time to plant, repot I mean, and check for root rot and everything. But it is just flowing out the sides. It is not happy. So I've been kind of meaning to do this for a bit. That's all right, Sydney. You got me. I do like talking to myself, so I wouldn't even put it past me. It is interesting though. I can when I start the video, I'm always so much more talkative, and I can just feel my brain just slowly mushing away to nothingness by the end of our videos. I'm sure you've all seen that happen. Gotcha. Okay. I'm glad that there's a plan, Sharp. Me? Aura? You're talking about me? I'm the talented one? No. I don't believe it. I appreciate it, but I don't believe it. I just make everything up and hope for the best. Yeah, totally understand that, Sharp. But I'm glad that there's a potential way to kind of move forward with that. Oh no! Why'd I do that? Oh God. I screwed up. I screwed up hard right here. It's okay. We'll figure this out. This is staying with me anyway, so it doesn't really matter, but I just really screwed up. I knew that was too close, and it is what it is. Sounds good, Aki. It's 12:23 for me. I bet. Okay, we're just gonna pretend I never did this. don't know what to do here, guys. It's just like I cut it really close. That was just really silly of me. I held back on the other ones. Sure. Let's say it's a design element. That works for me. Again, this is a planter for me, so it really does not matter, but the thing is, I always try to sell everything no matter what, even if it is for me at the beginning, and then if it doesn't sell and it was attention for me, then I take it off very quickly. Exactly, Sydney. Buck Ross. Yeah, well, he didn't spend as long making a pot. This is our third day working on this. I mean, if he didn't raise squirrels, I'm gonna be upset. He seemed like the kind of dude who'd have that squirrel in his hair, or like a mouse or a rat or something in his head, on his head. Just like chilling with him, or a bird. I could see like a little chickadee that lived in his hair. Man, if that wasn't the case, I'm gonna be genuinely disappointed. Yes, I will be bringing my dog on the hike. What's up? How are ya? She's very happily... Well, she was. Oh, she's back in her bed in here. It got too hot outside. I have a crash pad outside for her to chill on. But it looks like she got a little bit too toasty out there. We've literally been poking holes into this thing for an hour now already. Or close to it. This video is 164 minutes so far. Jesus. We've only trimmed 4 pieces and poked holes into this. That makes sense to me. Fair. Well, there is definitely not a difference in width and where they are and all that. That being said, I really like these closed holes, so when you turn it, it has the depth, but that's okay. Hopefully that plant that I want for this, yeah, right, it's 12:28, so we've been doing this for about, right, Mindful, the problem is that it's an orchid pot, and it really needs the holes everywhere. I mean, I guess I could technically leave some in. If this was going to be like a functional piece, I would leave some because I think it's kind of cool. But for the sake of what we're doing, it doesn't really make sense. What are you drinking today? Anything good? Any tea, delicious teas? Oh, I've never seen one. I'll have to Google that after this. Oh, why not? What's going on? Gotcha. Gotcha. I'm sorry to hear it. I see, Sharp. Oh man, one thing after another. I need to wave out my hand again. We're getting there. We're so close. You should let me. Yeah, Sydney's over there, Raven's over there. It's been a long video, so there's been a lot of ins and outs, you know? Exactly. Sydney, she's saying the party's over there. Okay. Sounds good. Oh, Sharp, you know who showed up today was Anna for the first time in a million years. You missed out. She keeps saying she's gonna buy me a plane ticket out to Seattle. It hasn't happened yet. uh, so I'm actually kind of considering that. So let's think about this structurally for a second, or like how an orchid pot would make sense. This bottom section down here would just be filled with um, stuff, the orchid medium, right? And we kind of want extra weight to hold this down. So what if we do one more row and then just call it? I'm not saying that just because of the hand stuff, my hand's cramping up a bunch. I'm actually thinking structurally it might make more sense because we'll have the heft down low and it'll actually make sense to like do. And it doesn't need any more because it has all the air it needs on these two sections. Maybe at some point they're pretty time consuming and painful. Okay, cool. Triangles going down. I don't know if I want to do triangles on this one, but I would do triangles on the next one if you want to do that. We could even try triangles on the other orchid pot instead of flowers if you wanted to. You're just saying like triangle patterns going down. How'd you know this was an ashtray? But now that I'm thinking about it, I said that out loud. That means that right here is orchid medium with root. So we probably want to go down 2 more layers. But now I'm picturing a triangle but made out of holes. Or what if we just cut out triangles in various patterns? Like back and forth, like Aztec-y looking stuff. Wait, hold up. That's like an awesome idea. Let's do that for a different one. Yeah, I really like that idea. I don't want to do it on this one. But I actually really like that idea. That was your idea, Sydney? Yeah, killer idea. Okay, we'll do that on a different one. We'll do triangle and then upside down triangle and then right side up and back and forth, and we'll go all the way down the pot on the other orchid pot maybe. I think that's gonna I wish that the other orchid pot wasn't offset on the bottom. Would that be weird to add in? No, the holes, they can't, no. The holes will be too big. The orchid medium will just fall right out. And it's gonna be too big for, that would be perfect for a double-walled cup. Let us make a double-walled cup later. If we won't be able to do it today because I'm gonna run out of time, but tomorrow morning, why don't we do a double-walled cup? And we'll do the triangle pattern that goes back and forth. Because yeah, you would have to then put mesh on the inside of the entire piece for the orchids to actually stay. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Appreciate it. At the moment, how many orchids? I have like 8 or 9 orchids, I think, currently. It was a great idea. Okay, we're gonna do a reverse upside down triangle pattern all the way down on a double walled cup that we will do tomorrow. Because there's no way I'm gonna have time after I trim all these out. Or maybe this evening. I forgot, I don't have to teach, I'm just going on a hike. And I have to leave, now she's gonna be a little bit, wait, let me double check on her timing. Yes, she'll be there at 1:15, takes me 15 minutes to get there, it's 12:38. So we have a few more minutes to do this. Yeah, please remind me if I decide to change my mind that's what we're doing. The next thing we do need to do is finish these next 2 orchid pot, the garlic pot, the other orchid pot, and then we have to trim like 25 cups, and then we can do that. So, yes. Well, not next time. After we do all the other stuff, because other stuff is like, I have a ton of these cups that we made, of these cups, and they are past, I mean, they are firm. They need to be trimmed like immediately. Okay. Fair. Totally fair. Oh yeah, Aki, this is a group effort here. Okay, Sharp. We'll talk to you soon. Good luck with everything. Okay, let me just look at this for a second. We're gonna do one more row down and call it. You know what I wish we did for, oh, you know what we could do? Okay. It's gonna be a little bit weird because we didn't do it on the top, but what if the last row instead of flat across is a wave? Like that, on the bottom. What do we think? Thoughts? While you guys are discussing that, I have to pee again for the third time. All right, you guys just, what do you guys think? Yes? 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 You mean up here filled with holes? I kind of wish that the top, the rim undulated. Can we cut the rim, or is that way too dry? Okay, let's just map this out. See if this is even viable. Filled with holes. I don't think I understand. I don't think I understand what you mean, Sydney. I'm sorry. Okay, sorry. Alright, I'm doing it though. I'm committing. Sounds good. I do wish this part waved up here too, way up at the top if I could get it to do that, but oh, this is getting so low, it's killing my wrist at this angle. This is the one downside of standing. I tried a different technique there for the undulation and it just screwed everything up. Shoot. That's okay. Again, it's for me, I don't care. Okay, guys. I gotta go. Oh, am I? Good. Okay, I gotta run. Get in time for this hike, so I will see you guys later. We'll finish this up, we'll finish the other ones up, we'll trim all those pots, and then if we have time, we'll also do Sydney's idea. Okay. Bye, guys. Thanks for hanging.